The difference between an outfit with accessories and without accessories is honestly huge, and not a lot of people think about it. So today I'm going over why you need to start paying attention to accessories, as well as the best accessories that you need for your wardrobe. Alright, so the first essential piece that I think that you should get into are rings. This is honestly the first accessory I started wearing when I started getting into men's fashion. So I really didn't care about accessories. I know a lot of people said that you needed them for men's fashion, but I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. But when I started getting into rings, I realized that it made a huge difference in my outfits. Because in men's fashion, the little things go a very long way, and rings are a huge example of that. It's something so simple, but it makes a huge difference. Now, me personally, in general, I just like silver more than gold, but if you like gold pieces, you could definitely pick up some gold rings. But the reason why I like silver more is because you could get something like stainless steel or 0.925 silver, which is a lot more affordable rather than spending a couple $100s on some silver rings. So just experiment on what you like more. My favorite places to get them are from Sergenimes. You can get some from ASOS. I'll definitely be linking some in the description, as well as every other accessory that you need. The next thing that you need is a good pair of sunglasses. Now, not only is this really beneficial for the health of your eyes, but it's also really important because this is honestly a huge hack when it comes to looking better. Now, if you have any imperfections like bags under your eyes, if you have red eyes, anything like that, if you throw on a pair of sunglasses, it's gonna hide any imperfection that you have. So that's honestly what makes it very important. My favorite ones are from Ray-Bans. They have a huge variety of different styles that you can choose from, whether it's Clubmaster, round ones, wafers, anything like that. They have a huge section, but if those are kind of out of your price range, I totally understand, because there are plenty of other places that sell some really affordable sunglasses, which is pretty important because in this channel, I teach you that money does not equal style. So if you haven't subscribed already and that does sound interesting, make sure to do that right now. The next thing you need is a good watch. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might think that you don't need a good watch right now because maybe you think that you're too young to be wearing something kind of a little bit more grown up. Whatever the case is, I promise you that that's completely untrue. You need a good watch. Now, me personally, I like to have a good watch for occasions that I know I'm going to be out, and I kind of want to look a little bit more sophisticated, if that makes sense. So if I have a job interview, or maybe I know I'm going to be talking to someone a little bit older, a good watch is definitely going to set you aside from other people around your age who, really don't care about looking a little bit more sophisticated. Again, it doesn't have to be a couple $100s, because you could get something like a Fossil watch that's only like $70, opposed to spending $400 on a nice watch. And honestly, it gives off the same effect. Doesn't really matter how much money you put in there. Either way, no matter what it costs on your wrist, it's definitely going to make a huge difference in your outfits. The next thing you need is a good chain. Now, if you can't tell by now, different accessories are going to give you different looks. So when it comes to watches, it's going to make you look a little bit more sophisticated. But when it comes to something like chains, it's going to make you look a little bit more trendy, a little bit more in style. Either way, it's going to elevate your outfits, but in a different way. Now, when it comes to chains, like I said, I like silver more than gold, but I know a lot of people prefer gold chains over silver chains. It's entirely preference. Either way, you can pick up a good one from something like Crafted London. As long as it doesn't turn your neck green, it's going to be a good option. And the best places to pick up a chain that won't turn your neck green are Crafted London, Sergenimes, or even something like Hard Jewelry. Again, there's a bunch of different places, so you could definitely browse around, see which one that you like more, because at the end of the day, whatever you feel looks best on you is what you should be wearing. The next thing you need is a good necklace. Now, this is something that I really suggest, especially if you're not into chains. Chains sometimes can be way too flashy, but a necklace gives off the same effect without being too flashy. Now, the reason for this is because it's way more thin, and also they have pendants that kind of do express you more than a chain would. So if that's something that you are into, if you really like to express yourself when it comes to fashion, a good necklace is going to be the perfect way to go. There are plenty of pendants that you could choose from, and just whatever you think looks best or whatever represents you, doesn't really matter. As long as you pick up a good one, it's going to elevate your outfit. And like I said, I like it more than chains because they are very minimal, so they're definitely going to improve any outfit that you want without looking like you're trying too hard. Next thing that you need is a good wallet. And I know that kind of sounds weird because it's not really something that's going to elevate your outfits, but nonetheless, it's still an accessory, and it's still a very important one that you should definitely be picking up. Now, the reason why I'm saying it as well is because I know a lot of people in high school still use those Velcro wallets that kind of make you look a little bit more childish. However, if you pick up a nice leather one, or maybe something like a card holder, that is going to change exactly what I just said. It's going to turn you from looking childish to making you look a little bit more grown up and sophisticated. And that's exactly what you should be going for, especially like I said, when you're in a job interview, or maybe you're kind of talking to someone that you want to impress for whatever reason. I won't judge. But either way, if you're going to pay for something and you pull out like a Velcro wallet or a wallet with a weird design, it is going to make you look childish, so you could avoid that with a nice wallet. The next accessory that I highly advise that you could pick up are going to be some colognes. Now, This is something very important, and I feel like a lot of people look over. I cannot tell you how important smells are when it comes to people, girls, whatever the occasion is. If you're trying to impress someone, the easiest way to do that is going to be with a good smell, because obviously no one wants to be around someone who smells bad. More people are going to want to come up to you if you smell nice, so a good way to do that is with a good cologne. Now my favorite one is going to be Dior Sauvage. It is kind of pricey, however, luckily I didn't pay for it. It was a gift from one of my good friends. You could definitely pick up something like that if it is in your budget. However, if it's not, I completely understand. There are plenty of other fragrances that smell just as nice without spending a ton of money. I know a good example of this is going to be something like Scentbird, which you could pay like $15 a month, and they're gonna send you a little bottle of some really high-end fragrances for only $15 a month, which is really good. So if that is more in your budget, I definitely advise checking that out. But if you do want to make that good leap, Dior Sauvage is going to be a good option as well. Now, me personally, I'm not a huge fragrance nerd. I don't really know everything when it comes to fragrances, but I just know if you do stick to some more high-end fragrances like the ones I just mentioned, more people are going to want to talk to you, which is exactly what you should be going for. The next thing you should focus on are some good hats. Now, the type of hat definitely depends on what you like and what you think feels best on you, because for example, when it comes to dad hats, these are a huge thing right now. I wouldn't really call them trendy because they have been in style for quite a long time now. So these are something that I bet you would not die out anytime soon, so you could definitely pick up something like a dad hat. But me personally, I feel like it just doesn't look good on me, so it doesn't really matter. Instead, I've been trying out like the more fitted hats, which is a huge trend right now. So if you pick up something like a dad hat, it is going to make you look a little bit more in trend, a little bit more, hype. The only thing is these can be pretty pricey as well. I picked up mine for like $30-40. I can't really remember, something like that. But either way, a good hat is very important, because let's say you're having a bad hair day and your hair is just not doing what you wanted to do. A good hat is going to solve that problem. And not only that, it's also very beneficial for your head, because your scalp is very sensitive, and when the sun beams down on it, it's not a good feeling at all. If anything, it's really damaging, so you can avoid that with a good hat. So these are all the accessories that I recommend, and I did hope that it helped you realize that you need to start paying attention to accessories when you're trying to get into men's fashion. If it did help and you haven't subscribed already, you can definitely do that right here, because in this channel I simplify men's fashion. So if you want to learn more about that, like I said, you can subscribe, or you could even watch a few videos right here. Either way, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.